Alright, this is how the final incident enriched with VMRay will look like. On top of all the information that is provided by SentinelOne agent, you have this enrichment from VMRay that includes the file SHA, which is more important, verdict, URL to the full analysis of the sample, in case you want to have this full analysis of the sample. Threat name, classification, DTIs, which are high-level indicators of why we believe that the file was a threat, and finally we get all the IOCs associated with this new threat. All this enrichment will appear in the SentinelOne console fully automatically. With the new integration, you don't need to do anything, you need just to provide an API key into your VMRay interface, and that will be it. So let's learn how to set the whole thing up. As a first step, you need to create an API key for SentinelOne. To do this, you need to go into settings, then users. We are going to use the special service user that whose API key will be used to submit files to VMRay and get back the enrichment results. So we switch to service users, then click on action, create new service user. Let's give it a meaningful name like VMRay enrichment. That's the duration of the API key for the service user. Let's put it to 6 months, although SentinelOne doesn't recommend it to be more than 1 month. We can live with this, I guess. We're going to make this user valid for the whole account. There are several ways, several types of permissions that you might need to be able to get the files from SentinelOne and create the nodes. If you choose admin level, obviously everything would work. However, you can define more granular role. We have it here, it's called VMRay integration. Let's create a user. We need to provide an API code. And that's the only time when we can see this this API key, so let's copy the token. Here we go. We now have the SentinelOne API key created, and on the next step, we will insert this key into VMRay and create the connector in the VMRay interface. Let's do this. So let's switch to VMRay interface. Then we need to go to Analysis. Here is this nice button, SentinelOne connector. We need to click it. We have here the list of connectors. It's obviously empty since we are creating the first one. We need to give this connector a name. Let's call it SentinelOne connector. We need to select an account which will be used for the enrichment ServiceNow token. And finally, we need to specify the URL to access SentinelOne. Can be different for different users, so let's put it here as well. The next thing we need to point out is whether do we want to send only suspicious or suspicious and malicious or all of the alert for the enrichment. Let's keep it as it is. How often the connector will start? Let's make it every 3 minutes. This one is showing you how far back do you want to go to pick up the alerts. We can also test the connection, which has failed for some reason. We can also test the connection, that it has succeeded now. Finally, if you are afraid of the quota and you're afraid that SentinelOne We'll have too many errors, and VMRay will detonate them all, and that's why you will run out of your quota with VMRay. You can enable quota limit per connector and say that, like, daily I want to detonate not more than 40 different, I want to have not more than 40 different analyses. So with all these settings, we can save the connector, never want to use it, don't do this, and yeah, we have the connector up and running.